Okay, what we're going to do is continue a little bit on our functions and show you how to do some importing with our functions. Now I'm also adding the concept of the main underscore stuff. So let's start with looking at our slightly modified piece of code here. So basically what I would like to get through on this video is how to import a module, namespace, and this ellipsis. What this does is it creates a no-op. What this does is nothing. It will go through and do nothing. So sometimes in certain operators you'll have to have a condition, but if no condition is there, it says, I'm sorry, I can't run this. So what I've done here is said, if it's called from the command line, prompt for x and y, run add me, print the total. If it's used as an import, don't ask for x and y. Just define the function. And then the else here is just saying, okay, basically just means ignore. Skip right over me. So what I'm going to do is show you how this works to start with. And I will hit F5 and run this, and this is going to look pretty familiar, and I get my answer. Okay. So what I'm going to do is now I'm going to exit out of idle here, and I'm going to be down here at the command line. So let's clear this so it's a little clearer, and then take this and run it from the command line. So notice I'm getting the same results. Now let's do something with this and do Python, and I'm going to hit import. Now I'm going to import my demo here, as in function demo, hit enter. But I don't know what it's going to do. I have no idea. So I need to do a dir on my code here and hit enter, and all these things I have not filled out in the documentation set, but notice we have this little thing back here, add me. Okay, so now I can say, okay, let's see how to use add me, and it gives me an error. I said, well, yeah, that's right, because I have to tell it what namespace to go to. So in this case, the namespace is this one, our code. Dot. And notice there's not much in the help. I haven't done much for documentation set here, and it just says add me val12. So I hit Q. So now what I can do is that I can actually do this. I can say function demo dot add me, and then pass it two variables, 4 and 5, and it gives me 9. Okay. Alright, so let's take this and look at it in some code, and I created another piece of code here called function demo in to give you an idea how this works. Okay, so for the sake of argument, let's not use x and y. Let's change this to a and b. A, all right, be that way. R A, R B. I'm using VI. I have a tendency to bounce back and forth between idle and VI. Now, in this case, I want to be able to pass it the two variables, so I have to make sure my variables have data in them. Okay. So I have A and B are now populated, and if I run this, I say 4 and 5, and I get my 9, and it works just hunky-dory. Okay, now let's look at this concept of namespaces. When I import my code, func demo, like this, I'm bringing in a new namespace. That new namespace needs to be addressed to get to that function. If I want to bring in just the add me function into my running namespace, I use the from func demo import add me, and then to use it, this is all I need. And there it is. So what I'm now having is I'm specific. You see both in code. Now this namespace idea is very powerful, and when I run my code and say 4 and 5, get 9, hit enter, and when I exit out and I type in Python, there's an Easter egg in Python, and it's called import this. And what this is doing is that this is the Zen of Python by Tim Peters, and he worked with Guido, and this is the part. Namespaces are one great honking idea, so let's do more of those. And namespaces allow you to have, for example, I could have 5 modules all with a function in it called add me, and not worry about name collision, because I can actually import them and then specify which namespace I want to use. Okay? That's what that is.